Okay. Hare Krishna. So we are continuing our reading from Bhagavad Gita as it is. And we are in on introduction. And which page, Papa?
Page number 8.
Page number 8. Okay. Okay, Papa, go ahead.
We are trying to control nature as presently we are trying to control space or planets. And this tendency to control is there because it is in Krishna. But although we have a tendency to lord it over material nature, we should know that we are not the supreme controller. This is explained in Bhagavad Gita. What is material nature? This is also explained in the Gita as inferior prakriti, inferior nature. The living entity is explained as the superior prakriti. Prakriti is always under control, whether inferior or superior. Prakriti is female and she is controlled by Lord, just as the activities of a wife are controlled by the husband. Prakriti is always subordinate, predominated by the Lord, who is predominator. The living entities and material nature are both predominated, controlled by the Supreme Lord. According to the Gita, the living entities, although part and parcels of the Supreme Lord, are to be considered Prakriti. According to the Gita, the living entities, although part and parcel of the Supreme Lord, are to be considered Prakriti. This is clearly mentioned in the 7th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Apriyam, I'm leaving this material nature is my inferior Prakriti. But beyond this is another Prakriti, Jiva Bhutam, the living entity. Material nature itself is constituted by 3 qualities.
Did you understand? Did you understand this part? What you're saying?
Yeah. See, again, he is saying that Prakriti could be both inferior as well as superior Prakriti. And
no. So what the gist here is that Krishna, who is the supreme personality of Godhead, he is the supreme enjoyer. He created all of us so he can have these relationships with us. Okay. But he is God. He is the supreme personality of Godhead. But we start thinking that we are the enjoyers. So this point here, what Srila Prabhupada is mentioning is, one, there is material and material nature, material universe, which is Prakriti. But above that, there is also Jivas. But we are also Prakriti because Krishna has created us so he can enjoy us.
Oh.
Yeah. So that is the point. That's why we are both Prakriti for Krishna. But we are little superior than material nature around us because we have this minute quantity of enjoying. But actually we are also Prakriti for Krishna.
Okay.
Yeah.
Material nature itself is constituted by 3 qualities: the mode of goodness, the mode of passion, and the mode of ignorance. Above these modes, there is eternal time, and by combination of these modes of nature and under the control and purview of eternal time, there are activities which are called karma. Okay. These activities are being carried out from time immemorial, and we are suffering or enjoying the fruits of our activities. For instance, suppose I am a businessman and have worked very hard with intelligence and have amassed a great bank balance. Then I am an enjoyer. But then say I have lost all my money in business. Then I am a sufferer. Similarly, in every field of life, we enjoy the results of our work or we suffer the results. This is called karma. Ishvara, the Supreme Lord. Jiva, the living entity. Prakriti, nature. Kala, eternal time. Kal, eternal time. And karma, activity are all explained in Bhagavad Gita. Out of these 5, the Lord is living entities, material nature and time are out of these 5, the Lord, the living entities, material nature and time are eternal. Okay. Time is eternal. Karma is okay. The manifestation of Prakriti may be temporary, but it is not false. Some philosophers say that the manifestation of material nature is false, but according to the philosophy of Bhagavad Gita or according to the philosophy of the Vaishnavas, this is not so. The manifestation of the word is not accepted as false. It is accepted as real, but temporary. It is likened unto a cloud which moves across the sky, or the coming of the rainy season which nourishes grains. As soon as the rain season is over and as soon as the cloud goes, मैं उधर ही आ रहा हूँ, मैं उधर ही आ रहा हूँ, उधर ही कैसे दोनों चीजें नहीं हो सकती ना, तो उधर रखो, मैं ले लूँ, बाहर रख देता. The manifestation of the word is not accepted as false. It is accepted as real, but temporary. It is likened unto a cloud which moves across the sky, or the coming of the rainy season, which nourishes grains. As soon as the rainy season is over, and as soon as the cloud goes away, all the crops which are nourished by the rain dry up. Similarly, this material manifestation takes place at a certain interval, stays for a while, and then disappears.
Yeah. So this is where Srila Prabhupada is trying to explain that Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead, right? He is eternal. We are also eternal. We are jivas, but we are also eternal. Time is also eternal, but Prakriti is not permanent, because Prakriti is like it comes for some time and then it goes. And Prakriti is coming from when Krishna is breathing out. All the different universes are coming from these different pores.
Correct. So out of these five, the Lord, the living entity is material nature, and but he says material nature is or eternal.
No, Prakriti is temporary. Out of these five, Lord, who is Ishvara, living entity Jiva, material nature is your
and time are eternal.
But manifestation of Prakriti is temporary.
The manifestation of the manifestation
it comes and it goes away.
Maybe temporary. Okay.
Yeah.
But they are eternal. At least three things are eternal, and manifestation of Prakriti is kind of a temporary.
But karma is not eternal. That is the point.
Karma is not eternal.
Similarly, this material manifestation takes place at a certain interval, stays for a while, then disappears. Such are the workings of Prakriti. But the cycle is working eternally. Therefore, Prakriti is eternal. It is not false. The Lord refers to this as my Prakriti. This material nature is the separated energy of the Supreme Lord. And similarly, the living entities are also the energy of the Supreme Lord. We are also Krishna's energy, although they are not separated but eternally related. So the Lord, the living entity, material nature, and time are all interrelated and are all eternal. However, the other item, karma, is not eternal. The effects of karma may be very old indeed. We are suffering or enjoying the results of our activities from time immemorial. But we can change the results of our karma or our activity, and this change depends on the perfection of our knowledge. So we can change our karma, but that depends on the perfection of our knowledge. We are engaged in various activities. Undoubtedly, we do not know what sort of activities we should adopt to gain relief from the actions and reactions of all these activities. But this is also explained in the Bhagavad Gita. We'll read till end of this page.
क्योंकि ये कुछ ज्यादा समझ में नहीं आया, दोबारा इसको समझना पड़ेगा. पहले पैराग्राफ मैं जरा पढ़ता हूँ, उसको म्यूट करो, थोड़ा सा डिस्कस करते हैं इस पहले पैराग्राफ को.
Okay. So now we can discuss, no problem.
Yeah, इसको ऑफ कर दे.
No problem, we can discuss.
Similarly, this material manifestation takes place at a certain interval, stays for a while, and then disappears. Okay.
So here Srila Prabhupada is explaining us, like if you read a little bit before that, he's giving some examples, like how the cloud comes and it goes away. Rain comes, rain goes away. Right? Same way, Prakriti comes for some time and then it goes away.
Correct.
So even though it is manifesting only for some short amount
period.
of time, but still it comes and it goes. Eternally it is coming and going. That's why it is eternal.
Such are the workings of Prakriti. But the cycle is working eternally. Okay, cycle is working eternally, but when it manifests, it is temporary and then again disappears and again it happens.
So,
therefore, Prakriti is eternal. It is not false.
Yeah. So this is the point. Like a lot of people actually say, "Oh, everything is false." It is not false. It is the truth, but it is not. It is not manifested all the time. It comes and it goes.
But this cycle is working eternally. Therefore, Prakriti is eternal. It is not false. The Lord refers to this as my Prakriti. This material nature is the separated energy of the Supreme Lord. This material nature is the separated energy of the Supreme Lord. And similarly, the living entities are also the energy of the Supreme Lord. Although they are not separated, but eternally related.
So the difference is now we were talking about the two Prakritis. One Prakriti is the material nature, which is manifesting for a short time, it disappears, again it comes back. That is one Prakriti. Second Prakriti was us, the Jiva souls. We are a little bit higher than Prakriti, but we are still Prakriti for Krishna.
So we also come, disappear, and things like this is what they are trying to correlate.
Correct. But the important thing is we are eternally related to Krishna.
Okay. But the Prakriti is not eternally related to Krishna.
Let us read. This material nature is the separated energy of the Supreme Lord. It is a separate energy. However, the living entities, they are not separated, but we are eternally related. So that is the difference. So material nature, that Prakriti is separated energy of Krishna, but the Jiva Shakti, that is eternally related to Krishna. So the difference is we are called the Tathastha Shakti. The Tathastha Shakti, जो तट पे रहती है, like on the shore. Sometimes we are more inclined to material nature, sometimes we are more inclined to spiritual nature. So that's why we are called Tathastha Shakti, like जो तट पे रहती है ना. So we are called Tatastha Shakti. Then there is also internal Shakti is called, I'm forgetting the names. Internal Shakti is called, I've forgotten the name, but I'll search for it. So there are three Shaktis. One is the external energy, which is material nature. Then there is Tathastha Shakti. So if you think of a shore, so you have the bank, then there is exactly on the shore between the water and the sand, and then you have the water. So shore is called external energy, which is like Prakriti. Then it is us, Jiva, which are called the Tathastha Shakti. And then we have internal energy, which is Krishna himself. So Radharani, so we are all energies of Krishna, basically.
Correct. The Lord refers to my Prakriti. This material nature is a separate energy. Okay. Living entities are also the energy of the Supreme Lord, but not separate, but externally related. So the Lord, the living entity, material nature and time are all interrelated and all are eternal. However, the other item, karma, is not eternal. The effects of karma may be very old indeed. We are suffering or enjoying the results of our activities from time immemorial. We are suffering or enjoying the results of our activities from time immemorial, but we can change the results of our karma or our activity, and this change depends on the perfection of our knowledge. Oh, so we can change the results of our karma.
Yeah.
Okay. We are engaged in various activities. perfection of knowledge. Undoubtedly, we do not know what sort of activities we should adopt to gain relief from the actions and reactions of all these activities, but this is also explained in the Bhagavad Gita. Okay. चलो बेटा यहीं पे बंद करते हैं अब.
ठीक है, let's stop.
9 पेज पे